Strong mathematicians can simplify radical expressions. In this expression, we have to find the square root of the cube root of the square root of 4096. So there are three radicals involved. The first one, the innermost, is square root of 4096. Whatever the result on that, we have to find the cube root of that. And then once we find the cube root, we get the square root of that result. Okay, so let's start. The first thing we want to do is to find the square root of 4096. If we do not recognize the factors of 4096, then our choice is to break it down. So we'll have 4096 is divisible by 2. 4096 divided by 2 is, 4 divided by 2 is 2. 0 divided by 2 is 0. 9 divided by 2 is 4. There's an extra 1. 16 divided by 2 is 8. So 2 times 2048 is 4096. Now this is also divisible by 2. This is going to be 2 times. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 0 divided by 2 is 0. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And 8 divided by 2 is 4. All right, then we divide again by 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 2 divided by 2 is 1. And 4 divided by 2 is 2. So we have 512. So now, divisible still by 2. So 5 divided by 2 is 2. There's an extra 1. 11 divided by 2 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. There's an extra 1. So 12 divided by 2 is 6. So 256. And we know that 256 is 2 times 128. 128 is 2 times 64. And 64 is 2 times 32. And we can keep breaking it down. So let's put 32 here. 32 is 2 times 16. 16 is 2 times 8. 8 is 2 times 4. And 4 is 2 times 2. So 4296 is equal to 2 times 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 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 4296 is equal to 2 to the 12th. 2 to the 12th. Or if I make a list, that's going to be, so cube root of the square root of, and we're going to have 12 2's. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 2 times 2 times 2. So that's going to be 3, 6, 8 times 2 times 2 times 2. I think there's 12 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so therefore we'll have now okay, 2 times 2 is 4, so the square root of 4 is 2. 2 times 2 is again 4, so the square root of that is 2. This is 2. Square root of this is 2. Square root of this is 2. Square root of this is 2. So now we have gotten the square root of 4096. Now we'll be left with cube root of that, and then we square root after. Okay, so now let's cube root. So to get the cube root of this, then we'll say, because this is cube root, we're going to look for 3 identical factors. So we'll have 1, 2, 3. So 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. Cube root of 8 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is again 8, and the cube root of 8 is 2. So we found the cube root. Now we get the square root of this. And that's going to be 2 times 2 is 4. Therefore, the square root of this is 2. Okay. Notice that in the beginning we have 2 to the 12. So we can also rewrite it like this. Square root of 2 to the 12. And then we cube root that. And then we square root the result. So when we're square rooting, we need to find 2 identical factors, because 2 identical factors will give us a perfect square. So how many pairs of 2 identical factors will there be if you have 2 to the 12? Well, then that's going to be 2 to the 6th. There are going to be 6 pairs. So then we'll have square root of the cube root of 2 to the 6th. Because the square root of 2 to the 12th is 2 to the 6th. This is now cube root. So now we have cube root of 2 to the 6th, and then we square root the result. Now, for cube roots, we need 3 identical factors, but we have 6 2's. So how many 3 identical factors or groups of 3 identical factors can we find? We'll find 2 pairs, or 2 groups of 3 identical factors. Therefore, the cube root of 2 to the 6th is 2 to the 2nd. So square root of 2 to the 2nd. And so now square root means you have to find 2 identical factors. So how many identical factors do I have here? I have 1 pair of 2's. The square root of that is 2.